Hello, my loves. Hello, beautiful people. Today we are going to talk about those childhood sayings that we heard that went through one ear and out the other, but have come full circle into adulthood. So, guys, I really hope that you like this video. Comment down below if you have heard any of these sayings and now they're coming back to you like they have come back to me. So, we're not going to talk too much. I'm just going to get into it. I have about 8 of them. So, let me know if you heard any of these. Okay, let's go. Okay, guys, so the first one that I want to say is actually less of a saying or a motto that you heard in life, but more of a concept. And I heard it actually later on when I was in adulthood. But it's basically where time is going to pass either way. You might as well do what you want to do. Now, the point of that saying was to give encouragement to someone who, let's say you're 30 years old and at this point you want to start going to medical school. And most people would say, oh my God, like you're already 30. It's going to take you 8 or 10 years, blah, 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 all that negativity. But at the same time, it's like 10 years is going to pass anyway. Why not do what you want to do and work towards what you want to work towards? Because God willing, the time's going to pass. So if you right now are thinking of something that you want to do, but it's going to take a while for you to do it, so what? Time is going to pass anyway. So do it. But that's the first one. Time is going to pass anyway. You might as well do what you want to do. My mother used to always say the saying, and I don't think I got it until I was older as well, but the best way to solve a problem is to prevent one. Simple. The best way to solve a problem is just to prevent one, to not have it start from jump. I use it in my work life. I use it in my personal life. So just to save yourself a whole bunch of hassle and stress, just stop it so it doesn't even get to that point. So whoever need to hear that, the best way to solve a problem is to prevent one. Oh, this one hits home a lot, and I heard this once again later on in life. But for any of you guys striving out there to do something, anything that takes a lot of work, be committed to the process and not the result. Because when you are committed, or if you're looking at only the outcome or the product that you can have, first of all, it is so hard to achieve the final product. You have to put in so much work for it, right? We've talked about it before with achieving goals, but if you are sitting in the process, if you are actually in love with the process, doing what you're supposed to, you're going to get to the goal regardless. But if you're in the process, you're hitting all these mini goals that helps you get to the bigger goal. And it's like a switch. It's literally a shift. You will start to notice when you're falling in love with the actual process. So for me, being committed to the process is so important instead of thinking about the final result. Because honestly, most times too, the final result that you think that you want ends up not being the result that you want, or you end up getting a different result, which was way better than the result that you even wanted. So be committed to the process. I'm telling you, it will help keep you going. This is to all of my workaholics out there, or people who feel like they have to strive in the workplace to feel valued. We've talked about it before with assessing our value, but also to being a superwoman. So your work does not define your worth. It doesn't. Who cares? Like, your work and what you do it's something that possibly you enjoy, but it's also how you make your livelihood. But other than that, it does not assess your worth as a person. So if you need to hear that right now, just know your worth is not your work. It's not. Okay, so I'm sure, for sure, everyone has heard this saying, but it really rings true, is the grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's never what you think it is. If you are standing outside the house and you are looking in, you think things are perfect, but once you're in it, you're like, what? the heck? This is not what I thought it was. The grass is not always greener on the other side, so make sure you are appreciating what your grass looks like, the work that you put in your grass, how it's cut, how it's shaped. Be appreciative of your own, and if you want your grass to, I guess, look similar to someone else's, maybe ask for tips or, things like that, but don't try to replicate somebody else's grass, because I'm sure low-key it's dying inside, or they have issues too. That's the point. They have issues too. So the grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's really funny how all of the sayings that I'm saying are really pushed towards work ethic, because I definitely have a quote in here that says your work does not define your worth. And I still believe that. It's just a lot of the quotes, I guess, for me that I've heard throughout my life are pushing towards work ethic and, being committed. But anyway, the next quote falls in that same category of Rome is not built in a day. It takes time. It takes effort. So if you feel like in the moment when you're doing something that it just didn't work out how you wished it would work out, how much time did you really put into it to see it flourish the way that you expected it to? Because honestly, if you only did it one time and you expect it to work out, it takes time. One time, most times, is not going to cut it. You need to put in the work. So Rome was not built in a day, especially if you're making huge changes. I tell my parents this that I work with all the time when I'm working with a child who I'm trying to change change some of their behaviors. Change some of the behaviors. And I'm like, I'm trying to deconstruct 15 years of negative behaviors, baby. That is not something that's going to happen overnight. So Rome was not built in a day. And Rome is now the most beautiful place, one of the most beautiful places standing. People remember Rome. So just remember that you have to put in the work and it will come. This is to all of my selfless people out there who help others, anybody in that kind of community-based job, or just in general, if that's your hobby. But just remember that you can bring the horse water, but you cannot make them drink. And I hope that really resonates with some of you guys, or if you just needed to hear it in general, because I feel like for people who are selfless, we pour so much into other people, and it's almost like we're hurt if they do not take it. And it's just like, baby, you can give them all the water you want. You can give them everything. It is their job to bend down and drink it. It is their job to absorb the information or absorb whatever you are giving them. If they are not, that is cool. Let it go. Let it go. That's I've had to put that in my head so many times because I want to help others. Let it go. You've done all that you can do, the best you can do, and it's up to them at this point. So you can bring a horse to the water, but you cannot make them drink. Okay, and then last but not least, we have one more saying. This one is, nothing is more constant than change itself. Change is going to come regardless of if we are ready for it or not. So make sure you just remember that you always need to learn how to adapt. Things are going to happen. Things are going to change course. We talked about it in control and how that limits our opportunities because they don't expect change. So make sure that you are expecting things to change. We also talked about this in leap of faith. I will make sure I tag both of those up on the screen above. But yes, taking that leap of faith that there is change, and change can be such a beautiful thing. So embrace it. Don't think that things aren't going to change over time, because that is the one thing in this world that will continue to happen regardless. With all our prayers. So anyway, guys, I hope you like this video. Let me know if there were any sayings when you were a kid that now are coming full circle for you. If any of the ones I said reminded you of things that you heard and you were like, yeah, okay. And now it's like, I'm such an adult. Anyways, I hope that you like this video. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.